I have my Christmas present from the Canadian Bible Society. It's really beautiful here with the Christmas passage, and the angel said unto them, "Fear not," on the envelope. And you know what this is? This is just my little bag to take shopping with a message to everyone. And I know that Pastor Charles Diagratis wants me to say that the word for life is needed in greater number on the field there in Afghanistan for the soldiers, for men like Captain Douglas Nahirney. Captain Nahirney is getting ready to return to Afghanistan.
Yes.
You were there for 7 months.
Yes, I was there for 7 months in 2007, and I'm an artillery officer, and so I was a gun line officer, making sure that the guns are pointing in the right direction. All the artillery data is correct to support the infantry and the armored on the battlefield.
As Jim said, how's your hearing?
It's a little less than what I started with, but it's all right.
And you used a term that's new to me, an artillery mentor.
Yes, an important part of what Canada is doing now is teaming up and being brothers in arms with the Afghan National Army. And so part of my job now, and going back in the springtime, is to coach the artillery gunners of the Afghan National Army.
And you like doing this?
It provides meaning to my job, to actually help out the soldiers in Afghanistan who are working hard to be professional soldiers, like the NATO officers and soldiers in the British Army, the American Army, and the French Army. So all these soldiers are working hard to be better, to protect their country.
Now, we just saw a very big gun.
Yes.
You were telling me in the green room that one of these very large pieces of equipment used to be pointing at you, at us. It was Russian?
The guns that the Afghan National Army were made in Russia, within the Soviet Union. So at one time during the Cold War, of course, these guns were pointed at the Western forces. So now they are part of the Afghan National Army, and we use them, and they employ them to protect their own forces.
Jim was making a very good point about the whole cultural shift. We're going to go back to these pictures and the world that you're returning to, and just the geography is a little bit of a culture shock.
Exactly.
Now, what's this?
This photo, just previously was the guns. This here is a good example of the beautiful mountains that are in Afghanistan and the desert-like conditions that exist there. It's just flat for miles and miles, but it's a rich beauty.
And you don't have to resort to the camels.
No.
You're more often riding one of these.
One of the armored vehicles, yes.
Is it scary?
Yes, there's some fear. And if there is no fear in a soldier's heart, then we need to question that as well, because as you can understand, we're in a completely new environment. We don't know what exactly is going to happen on any given day, or what situations that we have to deal with. And then there's the downtimes in between when you're left with your thoughts, your own thoughts about family, friends back in Canada. And there is a little bit of fear that comes into play. But we do our jobs, we train hard, and that training comes into play when we need it.
Now, Doug, as I read what you've provided us, I just see the spiritual thread through everything. And I want to go back to the beginning, because you were a little older, I think a new dad, when you came to faith in Christ.
That's correct. Yeah, when I came to Christ, I was looking for meaning. I was struggling, trying to find a job at the time, and with my daughter in my arms, I knew I had to find deeper meaning. Fortunately, as a child, I had gone to a Baptist church, to Sunday school, and that had only been for a period of 5 to 6 years, but it did leave a mark in my life that there was something more.
And where did you come to that decision? What difference did that make for you?
The difference was that there is a greater meaning and purpose to life. We can go to work every day. We can break a leg. Our friends can leave us. Our people that are close to us can let us down. But there is something more to that. And in Afghanistan, of course, that really comes to the fore with their spiritual involvement, because there is something more when you look at soldiers who do die on the battlefield, that there is more, and God's taking care of us.
And you even talked to members of the Afghan National Army.
Yes.
About worshiping one God.
Yes, that's very important to
They're
them.
open to this.
Yes, yes. And, well, very importantly, we talk about Abraham. That's the starting point. We're brothers of Abraham. And we're brothers in arms as soldiers as well. And so it's very important to them, because in the Quran, it's very important that one God is worshipped. And so when they learn, because they don't have perspective, they don't have the media we have. So for them, it's very important, the Quran, which is very central to their life, that we worship one God as well. All of a sudden, there's common ground.
There's a place to meet. And this is really a brotherhood. I mean, you call them your brothers in arms. Yes. And you have good fellowship.
Yes, very much so, very much so. And it's the soldiers that I worked with in Afghanistan, the ones that, once they build trust, their lifestyle is built more on relationship than our culture. And so once you get to know them, they then are willing to give their lives for you.
Let's see, I think we're going to see some of them in the pictures that you brought us.
This year is one of the camps, one of the secure camps, and what happened was, had a little extra time, and I put up a volleyball net, because I'd seen some of the Afghan national soldiers with a volleyball, and we couldn't play soccer on the rough rock, otherwise it hurt our ankle, so volleyball became something that now continues, and I've heard that there's even more volleyball nets up over there. It's just, it was wonderful that we could interact with them.
It's taken off.
We've
blurred the faces of these children.
Yes, for the safety of the children. There's some shoes that were sent over from a church, St. David, St. Martin Presbyterian Church in Ottawa, some friends there, and they had asked me if I needed anything, and I said no, but some of the locals would like some of your used shoes. Well, they sent used shoes and even some brand new ones, so fortunately some of the Afghan folks were able to benefit from that.